trailer park Karen refuses to pay her rent for months.
I didn't pay because I knew it would come to court. I would rather pay a lawyer than pay them.
She gets escorted out of court after the judge has had enough of her entitled behavior.
I've made my ruling and I stand by
You
it.
did, and you made your ruling on the 14th, and I told you at the beginning of that I needed help.
All right, please escort her out. I don't have anything else to say. All right, Ms. DeCenzo testified under oath that they haven't received any money under any account since June. And I agreed with that. I substantially reduced the amount they were asking for by reducing late fees and some other things that were unclear. And I came up with that number after taking testimony. The way the trial works is you don't come in 4 days later and say, well, here's all the evidence I should have had at the trial. Plus, I can't make head nor tail of it.
I entrusted Meg.
All right, so they want you to move your trailer. And I suspect you've done absolutely nothing to move your trailer. So what you want them to do is take your money and let you stay there.
They already have my money.
All right.
I can't go anywhere. I'm halfway dead as we speak.
I don't believe they do have your money. And I would need someone from the bank to testify, not just some papers that are printed off a screenshot.
I didn't pay because I knew it would come to court. I didn't pay for 2 months, and then I ended up paying, and she told me she hadn't received my payment, and then she did get my payment, and it shows. And it's even on all the bills they put on my door that they received that money, but then all of a sudden they come up with all this money that they need me to pay. And if you look at all the paperwork, you'll see where they just.
I don't see it. I see where it's so small, I can't read it. It's a screenshot from something.
It's from their account
Um,
where I log in online.
all right. So you're asking me to do a number of things. You're asking me to stay the proceedings because your contention is we haven't seen this evidence that establishes that you've paid the rent. We took testimony that you haven't paid the rent. In fairness to Mr. Landman and Ms. DeCenzo, they haven't seen any of this stuff that you laid on me at 11:45 this morning. And so I can't tell what it shows. I suspect when Ms. DeCenzo goes through it, she's not going to change her current opinion.
She's not.
That you owe the money. The point of fact, they didn't do it as a just cause termination. It would have been a lot easier if they had. I mentioned that last week, and there's no reason to beat a dead horse. And he's right. Nothing's going to happen until after December 1st. We've never actually, I haven't seen one of these that's been executed. Let's say they hire a company, Kramer Trailer Moving Services. They come up, they disconnect your gas, your electricity, your water, and then they pull the trailer off your lot. I don't know what they do then.
I've tried
Take it to Walmart parking lot and park it?
I tried to get help to move because I don't want to be there because of the things that have
Well,
happened.
that's the other stuff. You told me what a terrible place this was and how much you hate being there and
But
you're
I'm already
unsafe, you've
half
been
dead. I don't
assaulted.
see any point in trying to move right now. I don't know how much longer I have.
Well, none of us do. Ms. DeCenzo, I don't know if you guys have contacted a company and I don't know what they're gonna do. You're doing nothing. You're doing nothing.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
You're supposed to find some place to move your trailer to. You hate it there. You don't like them. You feel they're unfair. You believe you were
They need to
assaulted in
be
your own
audited.
home. And you'd like to move, but you haven't done anything to find out
No,
about
I
moving.
haven't. I don't have the energy to move. I don't have the energy in me to fight anymore. Okay?
Well, the money that you claim that you've paid, which they contend you have not, could be used to pay for the move of your trailer.
Yeah, I could. I've tried to get the county to help me move it after what's happened to me. And
Well,
they've heard of no such thing.
I've never heard of the county paying.
So they
you.
want me to move no matter what.
Well, ostensibly, yes, they do.
Well,
Now,
she has called me several times and tried to get me to sell it before we even came to court.
now that in the other ones, there's an option. You have 90 days to move or sell the mobile home.
Well,
And so
it's-
very often they work out some sort of an agreement where you sign the title over to them, they forgive the arrearages, you don't have to move the mobile home. And then, in fact, I think that's usually what happens.
It's unfair to make me leave.
Why?
I'm not the problem. A lot of things keep happening to my home. It keeps getting broken into over and over and over and over. I'm not the problem. They're aware of who the problem is and they're not taking care of it. So I find it unfair and unfit that I am the one who has to move just because someone doesn't like me and they're causing a lot of problems.
Well, they argue that you're not paying your rent and you haven't paid the rent since June.
They've destroyed my trailer.
Well, they haven't.
I would rather pay a lawyer than pay them because I know I paid and they know I paid, and I don't know why they're doing this, other than the fact that I feel like it's retaliatory. Just like my garbage can gone, just like my rent keeps going up, knocks on my door, asking me where I'm getting my medication now, the day that I change it to a different pharmacy. Why would they need to know that? Because my medication keeps getting stolen out of my home. Like, this stuff is just ridiculous. These are the things that I've been dealing with. I don't want to be there, but I can't move my trailer. I'm not going to move my trailer. I just want to stay and I want to be left alone. And I want things to be fair.
Your Honor, all I will say is that even though that Ms. Zierle is representing herself, she is still obligated to do things in compliance with the Michigan court rules. The court certainly had the discretion to expedite the hearing, and I appreciate the fact that it was trying to deal with this promptly. But as far as a basis, certainly as a basis for setting aside the judgment, there is none. And there's really no basis for a stay either without a bond having been paid, without the filing fee even having been paid. I think this was simply a situation where Ms. Zierle was attempting to buy time, and she succeeded to an extent. Even if as I mentioned before, even if the order of eviction were submitted today, you're not going to see it until Monday. And what you choose to do with it at that point, what the court chooses to do with it is obviously up to the court's discretion. But as you have noted, Ms. Zierle is unhappy living there. She wants to continue living there, I guess, for free, and she should.
I'm not trying to
stop. It's his turn to talk. Go ahead, Mr. Landman.
Yeah, and that's really all I have to say, Your Honor. I think under the court rules, she hasn't met the conditions for reconsideration. She certainly hasn't met the conditions for setting aside or for a new trial. So where she's left is that she would have, or if she's running out of time or has run out of time even to file an appeal in circuit court. So I think that this was sort of a Hail Mary type of situation, and I don't see where the Hail Mary should be completed for a score.
I don't want to go, and I'm not trying to stall any time, and that's not what this was about. I thought I had someone to back me up in court. She had all my paperwork, and then when we returned the 14th, which I had spoke to her before the 14th, I thought she was going to be there with my paperwork to back me up. This is not me stalling. This is me trying to be fair and try to get a fair judgment.
And by she, you're talking about Meg Bauer from Legal Aid?
And I'm trying to do everything within the court's judgment and whatever you want to call it. I don't know the proceedings. I don't know what they are. I'm not a lawyer. All I've done is call and ask questions and try to see what I need to do. And I'm still lost as that goes. But I don't feel that I should have to leave. Their math is wrong. And I don't appreciate getting threatening phone calls from her either. And I don't know if you read that or not. And I'm not making that up.
Well, since I didn't see it until 1 minute ago, I guess I didn't see it. Who made threatening phone calls to you?
She did. She was laughing.
She who?
Miss DeCenzo.
As of when?
Before court. Before the first hearing. They kept calling me like 3 weeks before court, asking me why I hadn't left yet, telling me I needed to sell, and if I didn't do this or that, they were gonna, I'm not gonna repeat any of it out loud.
Well, one factor, you need to be able to speak to each other. Mr. Landman's suggestion is that you would somehow transfer title of this to them and move.
I don't even know that I have it. I'm not sure whose name it is anymore because all that stuff was stolen out of my house. I don't even know if my car's in my name anymore. To be honest with you.
Motion to stay is denied. Motion to set aside the judgment is denied.
which I guess in child kindergarten terms, I'm gonna need you to explain to me what that means.
Means they're gonna move your trailer off of there unless you agree to move it or transfer it to them.
So
They
I
cannot
can't
move
say.
you out of the trailer. They can't have the sheriff come move you and your stuff out. This isn't that kind of an order.
So I'm
is an order
essentially
to
gonna be homeless because I can't get a loan and I cannot get help. I've already tried to do all of that.
Um,
That's cool. Happy Thanksgiving.
perhaps.
She told me she would do this to me and she would make sure that that happened.
My goal isn't to make you homeless. My goal is to try to follow the law. And they filed this, they filed all the proper procedures. I'm allowing to do this, as I indicated. I wish they'd done it differently, but I gave the order that I gave. I took testimony under oath. Legal aid is not representing you. They indicated then, they've indicated since they will
And
not
I
be
also told you I
filing an
needed
appearance in
help.
this case.
A lot of times I see you, oh, I think you might need a lawyer for this. You didn't even offer me that. I don't know what I'm doing. All I know is I paid what I paid and they are trying to get more out of me than what I've paid. They're trying to get me double. And if you look through the bills that they personally gave me themselves and hung on my door, it literally says I paid them.
Well, the sworn testimony was no payment has been made since June of 2025. And that's the finding that I made.
I paid in
And I
August.
greatly reduced the amount owed. I believe their version more than I believe your
It's
version.
not a matter of whatever you believe me. It's what is on paper there in front of you. And
I don't want to argue about it
shows
anymore.
when I
You're
log
gonna have
in.
to
I can't
prepare.
even make a payment.
You're gonna
I
have
have a
to,
credit of $100.
I did not make that finding.
All the paperwork is in front of you. I don't enjoy, the only reason why I haven't paid them is because I paid them twice. And if you look through that fudgery of clown paperwork, it's not funny. Like, I don't know why they're trying to do this. Jesus knows, or Jessica, or Jessie, or whatever you want to call her. She knows I paid. I know she knows. I know she knows I got it. I'm concerned that they should do an audit on the whole trailer park because I guess I'm not the first person this has happened to. I've even asked her how much my rent is supposed to be because I think I'm paying a ridiculous amount of rent for living there opposed to other people. Why is that? Why don't I have a garbage can? Why was mine taken away and nobody else's? Like, this is just all retaliatory.
So your options are to move your stuff out and leave your trailer there. Move your trailer to somewhere or negotiate some sort of sale or transfer to the park for
But
the,
yeah, they offered me $500 in my keys.
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know how much the trailer's worth. In fact, I don't even know if you have the right to transfer the title to it.
I wish you would take the time and just really look through that stack. I know that you are.
I've made my ruling and I've stand by
You
it.
did, and you made your ruling on the 14th, and I told you at the beginning of that I needed help. I had filed an ADA for a reason.
You didn't
I
file an
cannot, I
ADA.
did, and I did before that court date, and I told you under oath, and at that point, all proceedings should have stopped.
For what?
It's part of the law. It's part of my rights.
All right, then you
And
can appeal this to the circuit court and ask for a stay there. I don't think he'll grant one. They don't want you there.
I don't
If
want
you
to be
had a
there,
big
but
pile of money, you could pay it all. And they'd
I
have to
probably have a
accept it.
year left.
Well,
of my life.
here's one, I told you how much you owed. Pay it.
I'd rather pay a lawyer and have them look at that stuff than pay them.
Well, that's up to you. I told you in clear English that through November, now shortly December will be due. I told you after hearing, $2,752.69 in rent and a court cost of
I paid
$169.84.
in August. I had $3,000 in my account in August, and then I paid them, and I have like 500 left.
You owe $2,922.53. Mr. Landman, she gave all this stuff to us at 10 to 1. We scanned it. I'll send it to you, but.
Your
please
Honor, that's
escort
not
Ms.
necessary. Your staff already has done so.
All right, thank you. That's the cure. Pay it. All right, you're good to go. I'd
Thank you,
suggest
Your
if
Honor.
you want to stay there, you pay them rather than a lawyer. Of course,
But it
December's rent,
sounds like I paid them and I'm still not staying.
well, if you pay them, you get to stay. That's pretty straightforward. You'll just under $3,000 through November. If you pay them rather than a lawyer, then your rent is current. I made a finding on how much the rent was due.
Well, I'm willing to bet that.
All right, please escort her out. I don't have
I
anything
don't know
else
how
to say. I don't want to argue
Can I get my
about the same thing.
paperwork
over
back?
and over.
Is what I want to ask.
Well, you file it with the court. Well, you did scan it, so I guess I'll give it back to you.
Okay.
Show that it
I
was,
mean, I didn't make a million copies of everything. I'm not violent. There's no need to go there. I just want
You're
to know if
free
I
to
can have my
go.
paperwork back.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Ms. DeCenzo is waving her arms and she's muted.
I
That was not
apologize.
a good answer to that question, but that's my ruling and I'll stand by it. And I wish you would consider filing termination of tenancy, wrongful, just cause terminations in these cases that make our life easier.